Welcome to the country, where we do country things, and on today's video, I'm going to be working with the deer here a little bit today. I want to move some of the does from the south pen where Groot's at to the north pen where we have our backup buck. That's just in case Groot's not able to get the does bred after losing that leg. We're really not sure if he got the job done the first go around. Just never did seem in the act of getting them bred, so a little bit worried about whether or not he got it done. So I'm going to be moving some of the deer today. 5 out of the 6 are going to go to the north pen, or hopefully they're going to go to the north pen if I can get it done. And we've got to work on that little doe again, the one with the diarrhea. Her condition hasn't really improved too much. We tried to give her some medication in the water, and I just don't think she got enough of that medication with the other deer in there drinking the water too. So I'm going to knock her down today, get her cleaned up again. We've changed feed, and going to try and see if that won't help her out. Just changing her feed to a different brand of commercial feed. Something that we was going to do anyway. So maybe that'll help her out. I don't know. We'll just have to see. So we're going to knock her down, clean her up, move these deer today. Might be a little bit stressful. Everybody kind of get stressed out when they move like this. They're not used to being in the pens with each other. So some of the deer may be running back and forth and pacing and that type of stuff. And the dogs might get to barking because we're just a lot more activity than what normally is down here. So we'll probably get the dogs fired up, probably get the deer fired up, but I think it's worth it to make sure that we do have fawns in the spring. So let me get the camera set up where the deer are going to move to, and then I'll be right back. Okay guys, so I got 4 of the 5 deer moved that I wanted to get moved without too much problem. One issue I'm having with this move now is I want to get the red tag deer, the red 20. I want to get her down there where the yearling's at, and then leave 35 up here with Groot, just because that yearling is the son of 35, so I don't want to move her down and breed her to her son, so she's going to stay up here with Groot. So what I'm going to do now is just leave red 20 in here for now. And as far as the treatment that I need to do on the little doe, I need to knock her down to do that treatment anyway. So I'm going to go to town in a couple of hours and pick up some more deer feed and get a package of darts so that I can knock down the red tag, or knock down the red tag deer and go ahead and move her that way. So I don't want to risk getting 35 in the alleyway. So there's going to be chaos here for a while. You know, when you do these things, there's always just havoc in the pens, and all the deer are going to act a little funny. That yearling buck is not used to having those does in there, and he's never, went through a breeding season, so he doesn't know exactly what's going on. So it's going to be chaos for a little bit, hoping nobody ends up getting hurt. He's already chasing them around pretty hard. I think it'll settle down, in just a little bit once they kind of get used to being down there with each other. Bow's fired up. Buckshot's fired up. Everybody's kind of fired up for the move, so I knew that was how it was going to be. It's a little bit stressful, but I feel like it's worth the risk to make sure that we do give our best opportunity to get these does bred and have those fawns, just in case Groot is not able to breed with just 3 legs. So that's where we're at right now. When I get back from town, I'll come down here and I'll dart the little doe that you see there, and then I'll dart red 20 and get her moved down here. And these guys will stay here till probably, sometime, I would say maybe all the way out to the spring. I'm not really sure. Just kind of depends on how they get along in this pen. I know there's a lot of deer in this pen now. It's a pretty small pen, but I've got the other pen, the addition that we did early back in the summertime. I got that addition to where I can open up and move the deer into there if I need to. So, like I said, we'll give them a chance to kind of calm down, and hopefully nobody gets hurt here. So there's our little move for the day, just to kind of ensure that we do have fawns in the spring and kind of move forward with this deer herd and growing this deer herd and growing this deer business. So as soon as I get back from town and get down here and get ready to dart these deer, then I'll be back. Okay guys, so it's been a couple of hours since I moved the girls down here. It seems like they've all calmed down pretty well. Nobody's running around breathing hard. Everybody's kind of relaxed and kind of got used to the situation. So what I'm going to do is go ahead and dart this little girl right here and clean her up again. And unfortunately, I really don't know what's going to be the next step for her. What I've done is change the feed that I'm feeding the deer here recently to just a different brand. It's a commercial deer feed, hoping that that's going to somehow help her with her diarrhea. None of the other deer have this issue. Everybody else is doing really good. She's just the only one that has this problem, and it's been an ongoing thing since she was born. So She's half as big as everybody else in her, as far as her siblings go and the yearlings go. So I don't know really what to do with her next, except for maybe try to isolate her at some point to give her some medication. The medication in the water helped her for just a little bit, but I don't feel like she got enough of it, and she won't eat bread, and it's just really hard to keep medicating her enough to get this cleared up. So we're going to keep trying. I can't keep knocking her down all the time and cleaning her up. That's just not going to be a good life for her. And she does need to start growing and putting on some weight and getting bigger. So it may not be anything that she's going to be able to get over, but we're going to work with her as best we can and try to get her through it and go from there. So just want to give you guys an update on what we're going to do with her. As soon as I get her knocked down, get her cleaned up, then I'll kind of be back with you and show how it turned out. Okay guys, so I got her knocked down here, and what I'm going to do is just clean her up like I did last time. She's back at the point now where her tail has been encrusted with the diarrhea, and she's just not able to lift her tail when she goes to the bathroom, and that just makes everything worse and worse and worse. So, you know, the hair grew back enough on her tail to where the poop was sticking to it again, and I felt like it was time to go ahead and knock her down, clean her up some more, give this new feed a chance to kind of get through her system and maybe clear this up. And the next option is going to be to isolate her. That's really the last resort, just because deer are social animals and they really want to be together. And I'm just worried about the stress that I'm going to put her in whenever she is by herself. But if this doesn't work, changing the feed, then I'm going to have to go to separating her out by herself, and that way I know when I put the medication in the water that she is actually getting the medication that she needs, and the other deer aren't able to drink it and being medicated, you know, unnecessarily. So I'm going to go ahead and get her cleaned up here, and as soon as I do, I'll show you what she looks like when it's all done. So just give me a minute to get that done, and I'll be right back. Okay guys, so I got her cleaned up as best I could. What I did is just like I did last time. I just took her tail down as far as I could, as far as, you know, getting the hair off of it so that the poop won't stick to it. You know, trimmed up as much as I could here so that she can actually lift her tail. She's got all the weight off of her tail. So that's going to do it for her. I'm going to give her the reversal and some penicillin, just, you know, just in case she has any kind of issues or anything. Just give her some penicillin to help her out and get her woke back up, and we'll go from there. So got one more little chore I'm working on. I'm going to try to move that one deer from the south pen down here to the north pen. It'd be the red 20. So she's been a little bit more stubborn and she's not wanting to move. So I'm going to work with that a little bit. If I get her moved, I'll show that to you guys. But if not, I appreciate you watching this one, and I'll be back. Okay guys, so I ended up darting red 30 here to move her down to the north pen. At this point, with all the deer down there, it's just not safe to try and get her to run down the alley without all the other deer running back towards me. So I just didn't want to chance it. Seemed like more of a hassle just to move one deer down the alley and risk running a bunch of them into the fence and stuff. So right now it's pretty safe to knock these deer down with the cooler temperatures and stuff. It's not a big deal. We do it all the time to move them. So she's not one that's real tame anyway. It's going to be less stress on her and just less of something, less a chance of something going wrong. So what I'm going to do is go ahead and get her moved down to the north pen. No reason to film it or anything like that, because I'm just going to put her on like a tarp so I can drag her and slide her down there, give her reversal, wait till she wakes up and make sure she's good to go. And then we'll have the 5 does that I wanted to move down there with the backup buck in with him. They'll spend the rest of the year down there with him, and then probably what we'll end up doing is opening up the east pen for those deer in the springtime and giving them the east and the north pen will actually combine into one, and then all those does will spend the rest of the year in that north and east pen that's combined, and that's where they'll have their babies, and that's where they'll spend the summer. So anyway, I'm gonna get her moved down here. I appreciate you watching, and I'll be back.